Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Gaura Hari Bol Sai, Gaur Hari.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Ram Ram Hare Hare,
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 Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
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 Shri Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Shri Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga,
Nitai Gaurango, Nitai Gaurango,
Nitai Gauranga, Gaurare,
Nitai Gaurango, Gaura Hari,
Gaura, Gaura, Gaurare,
Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hari,
Gaura, Gaura, Gaurare,
Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hari,
Gaura, Gaura, Gaurare,
Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hari,
Jaya Sachirandana Gaurare,
Jaya Sachinandana Gaura Hari,
Gaura, Gaura, Gaurare,
Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hari,
Patita Pavana Gaurare,
Adita Pavana Gaura Hari,
Haribo, 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 Hita Gaura, Haribo,
Haribo, Haribo, Nitai Gaura Haribo,
Hita Gaura, Haribo, 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 Hita Gaura, Haribo.
Haribo, Haribo, Nitai Gaura Haribo,
Nitai Gaura, Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaura, Haribo.
Haribo, Haribo, Nitai Gaura Haribo,
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada.
Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
हरिनाम संकीर्तन की श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय विष्णुपाद परम राजकाचार्य स्तोत्र डिवाइन ग्रेस आप ही चरणार बिंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय विष्णुपाद परम राजकाचार्य स्तोत्र डिवाइन ग्रेस श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नमाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत श्री गदाधर शिव सदि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री राधा गोपीजन भगवान गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरी गोवर्धन की श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री शिव गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ षट गोस्वामी प्रभुगण की ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय, मायापुर नवदीप धाम की जय, पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुर धाम की जय, कृष्ण भक्त प्रधान तुलसी महारानी की जय, गंगे मय यमुने मय की जय, समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय, निताय गौर हरि प्रेमानंद। All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories, all glories, all glories. Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga Prabhupada ki. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. अज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरोन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वावदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवंश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपदान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च ये कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तुते ताप्तकाञ्चना गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरि वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरे प्रिये पञ्चाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसदि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे। त्वं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरोन्नतारणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरं। हरे कृष्ण। So last week we were watching these different prayers of submission. What are the different prayers? Samprarthanatmika, Dainyabodhika, Lalasamai. These are the three prayers we discussed, right? I'll just few more, little more. But we went forward actually. Where are we right now? I think Charanamrit is over, I think. Chapter 10, right? So what I will do, I'll just touch only Sampradhanatmika prayers, very important. When we come to the temple, actually, let me tell you, as I'm reading again, if you just go and see Krishna once in a while, you'll go back to Godhead. That's what Rupa Goswami says. In that way, more or less, everyone will go back to Godhead actually. As long as you don't commit offenses. We should not do offenses. We should not commit offenses. We should not criticize anybody. It's telling, Rupa Goswami says, if you see the deity, all your sins are removed. When sins are removed, what? You are liberated. And anybody sees you with tilak, they'll get benefit. What to speak of you having tilak? If you take Charanamrit, all your metal contamination is removed. Means what remains? What remains? Soul remains, unpure state. Means what? That's why it is said bhakti, when you are practicing, you are already liberated. You may not know it. Everyone is listening.
Yes,
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 Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
So we should not do offenses. That's it. The problem. Then what I will bring? So you'll go 2 steps forward and 4 steps backward. This is what I understood actually. So prayers are 3 types. When you go to temple, first knock the door and offer obeisances. At least I offer obeisances. I may not remember to knock the door. I'm not trained for that, but at least I offer obeisances. Then go to Prabhupada, offer obeisance to Prabhupada, keeping Prabhupada on the left. Then come before deities and offer obeisances, keeping them on the left. And don't look at the face of Krishna directly. Everyone is listening, very important point. We don't look at the face of Krishna directly. What we do? We look at the feet. Bhakti means I'm very, I'm your insignificant. Krapaya ta pada pankaja sthita dhuli sadrisam vichintaya. Oh son of Maharaj Nanda Krishna, why I have fallen into this cycle of birth and death, into this darkness, nishanes. Pick me up and put me as one of your atoms at your lotus feet. One day Prabhupada was going and Prabhupada saw somebody playing very hard. There's a truck also. And one guy hits a ball that goes far. And again they get into the truck and Prabhupada said, what is that? And Prabhupada, it's called golf. Means what? Prabhupada, they put ball in the hole. Prabhupada said, because they have no goal. They put ball in the hole because they have no goal. And Prabhupada said, that is not playing. It is a very hard labor. It's very difficult. It's very difficult. And you have to find where the ball is. Anybody played golf? Huh? Tried. So anyway, so we should utilize human life the way everyone is eager to go back to America. We should be eager to go back to Krishna actually. Only for a service. So when we look at Krishna's feet, and what we have to do, and offer prayers. Prayers are 3 types. Sampradhanatmika, feelingly express sincere sentiments. Dainyabodhika, humble submission. I'm very fallen. Lalasamayi means in liberated state, you want a particular service. That is for liberated souls. So now I'll tell a prayer and you tell which one is that, whether it is Sampradhanatmika, Dainyabodhika or Lalasamayi. Right? Okay. Tvayime nanya vishaya madir madhupate sakrat ratim uddhata hata datta gange vogam budhanmati. My Lord, the way Ganga is very attracted to Sagar. So Ganga has the one goal, wants to attain Sagar, ocean. Ganga goes through all the troubles of flowing here and there to reach ocean. Likewise, because Ganga has that attraction for ocean, preserve my attraction to your lotus feet. Who said this? Kunti. So this is Sampradhanatmika, Dainyabodhika, Lalasmayi. Sampradhanatmika. I told this last week. Okay, good. Then Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Krishna, you are son of Vasudeva. You are also son of Nanda Maharaj. You give pleasure to cows and senses. Govindaya Namo Namaha. What is this? I know, but it is Sampradhanatmika, Dainyabodhika, Lalasmayi. Sampradhanatmika. My Lord, nobody should see my face. I'm like a worm in the stool. Yes, what is that verse? Vaigunya Kita Kalitam Paisanya Vranapeditam Dainyarnave Nimagnohum Sri Chaitanya Vaidyamasraye. My body is filled with the germs of material activity. Because of that, my body is filled with the body boils of envy. For that reason, I am drowned in the ocean of sorrow. I have no choice but to take shelter of that Supreme Doctor, Lord Chaitanya. Who said this? Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami said this. Who said this? Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Then Hey Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate. Which one? Sampradhana. Yes. My Lord, when will the day come? I'll fan you on the bank of, I'll fan you and Radharani, putting you on the throne. Radha Krishna Pranamur, Yugal Kishore. Jivane Marane Mat Aronahi More. Shamagauri Ange Dibo Chandanira Gandha Chamara Dulabo Kabe Erimu Kabimba. So, when you're sitting on the tree, Kalparuksha tree, and you're sitting on throne, bejeweled throne, you're sitting with Radharani, and when will the day come? I fan you and Radharani, and I offer you a tambula, I offer agaru, all these things. Which one? Lala Samai. In the liberated state, he's talking about that service by Narottam Thakur. So, actually, if any desire you ask with Krishna, it will be fulfilled. Be very careful what you ask. For sure. My Lord, I want to go back to Godhead. One day we'll go back to Godhead. In a very conditioned soul. I don't want to stay there for a long time, then we'll come back. I want to stay there eternally, my Lord. Fine. That's why devotee says, I don't have any desires, but I want I am whatever I asked in the past, my Lord, I am happy drinking Charanamrita. Don't fulfill all the wrong desires asked. Just please bless me that I get your Charanamrita every day. So Dainya Bodhika means humble submission, humble confession. I'm very fallen. Actually, I'm very sinful and ashamed of myself. We all have impurities. So we should offer prayers feelingly, helplessly. And advanced devotees, we can also ask for a specific service, So we should learn prayers and offer it to Krishna. Uttara is running and praying to Krishna. Pahi pahi mahayogi. Deva Deva Jagatpate Nanyatvad Abhayam Pasya Yatra Mrityu Parasparam. My Lord, this Brahmastra is burning my stomach. And I'm not worried for me, but the baby inside is a danger. Nobody can but you can help us. Help me in this regard. Oh Deva Deva, oh Lord of Lords, Krishna Supreme Lord. Nobody can, protect me from the situation. Which prayer? Huh? I know, but which one in these three categories? Dainya Bodhika. It is a Dainya Bodhika only. You know? Vipadan Santadashashma Tatra Tatra Jagat Guru Bhoto Darsanam Yashadapnar Bhotanasana. Give me more troubles, my Lord. You know? Because when troubles come, I take share your shelter feelingly. And what happens when we take your shelter of your holy name feelingly, then you are there in the name. It means we are already free from cycle of birth and death. Who said this prayer? So which prayer is this? Sampradhanatmika. That's it. Amazing. You know? So one should learn prayers. When you come before Krishna, you should offer these prayers. You know, rather than having your own prayers, ideally, we should pray, we should sing the prayers of the previous acharyas. Buliya tumhare samsare asiya peye vidanana vyadha. My Lord, I forgot you. I was drowned in the ocean of sorrow. You know, I sat in the womb of the mother 9 months. So much fire. Then I was brought out. I said, I'll take shelter of you. But what happened? My father and my mother, they start playing with you. Chichi, so sweet. I forgot you. Then a little bit grown up, I have to go to school. Then further grown up, I have to go get a job, marriage over. You know, children, I forgot you, my Lord. But finally, you know, in that busy days, I totally forgot you. Now in the old age has taken over me. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he sings, I don't have any shelter. I'm getting ready to sit in the womb of the mother again. Who is there for my shelter, my Lord, except you? But I forgot you throughout my life. Now I'm ready to sit in the womb of the mother. Which prayer is this? Dainya Bodhika. Very nice. Yes. Dainya. Humble confession. You know? তুমি তো ঠাকুর তোমার কুকুর জনিয়ে মনহম sarvasva toma charane sampiya po. My Lord, please employ me as your dog at your doorstep. I'll make sure nobody comes. Nobody comes and steals anything. I'm like a god. Little bit, you throw a little bit of grains here and there. That is, I'm happy eating it. But I'll stay at your doorstep always. You know? Which one is that? Yes. Amazing. It can be mixed also. Sampradhanatmika also. And it can be Lalasmaya. You know, basically, actually, you know, Lalasmaya. So, likewise, we should learn the prayers. Bhagavad Gita is a undergrad. Bhagavatam is a master's. Chaitanya Charitamrita is a PhD. But the song of Vaishnava Acharyas and their meanings is a postdoc. Seriously. That's why we should regularly read them. You know, what is very important in bhakti is humility. One time, one lady, I was there actually. She asked His Holiness Radhanath Swami, Maharaj, American actually, I'm very successful in my life. She was actually a manager. Anything software, then you know, programmer, you don't see so much that, you know. And then I became a team lead, and you know, I became a manager. And I retired as a manager. So many projects I would handle. So I had enough money, everything, no bad habits. It's very difficult. I can't understand the word humility. How to become humble, she asked. Because for me, any problem comes, work hard and solve the problem. That's it. There is no Krishna until I came to Krishna consciousness. But I know there's so much emphasis on humility in your tradition. So how do I become humble? His Holiness Radhanath Swami said, act humble. You make an endeavor to consciously become humble. In a conditioned state, immediately you'll become angry. Yes or no? Immediately you'll become angry. When others don't listen, you'll become angry. When husband doesn't listen, you'll become angry. A spouse doesn't listen, you'll become. Usually that's our nature. Then it means we are in a neophyte state. Maharaj Rahugana, he was going to see, he understood the goal of life. He understood goal of life is to attain perfection by taking shelter of a Mahatma. But he was a king. King means what? Rajagun. Things happen at his way. So, but see, Krishna arranged also. One of the carriers, he was being carried in a palanquin. One of the carriers was hurt. And they asked Jad Bharat. What an offense, huh? A liberated soul was carrying his palanquin. So, because Jad Bharat was a pure devotee, he was getting hurt. So, 4 people were carrying. Suddenly, one person will stop because their hands going. What happens? Jerk. Then, forgetting that somebody is on the top, he would jump on the hands. With a palanquin on the top, what will happen? The person will be like a rubber ball in the. So what is that? Immediately become angry. Stop. Because when things happen in your way, for 3 months, you start making theories out of it, actually. That's why most of us, not most of us, anybody in the world, things don't happen for a long time. They may happen for some time. Any experience? Sometimes things will happen very nicely for you 2-3 hours. Then it will rain. That problem, this problem. Then after that rain, sunshine comes. Good news. Wow. And you forget. So very interesting how Maya works. We don't remember the experience of suffering and how we got fever, how we went through problems. We always remember that happy experiences. Just to commit us to do again so that we will suffer more. That's the trick of Maya. Everyone is listening?
Yes, Guruji.
How many of us remember, how we suffered in that fever, that corona, or that joblessness and all? We don't remember that. But we always remember that gulab jamun, that pleasure, this pleasure. Maya says, be ready next time we are going to get it, enjoy. He said, yes, no problem, I'm fully ready. And within brackets, Maya says, yeah, suffer for next 20 years. That we don't see that. So, why I'm telling this is, learn the prayers. Actually, Chaitanya Charitamrita Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, as it comes to an end, becomes more and more humble. Nobody should see my face. If you see my face, you'll become real sinful. But the book I've written, Chaitanya Charitamrita, that you should read. Because it's all about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Yuga Avatar. So anyway, my request is Srimad-Bhagavatam is filled with prayers. Uttara prayers, Kunti prayers, Rudra Gita, Aila Gita, Uddhava Gita, Bhumi Gita, so many Gitas, so many prayers are there. So we learn to go forward. This one I want to touch actually. So read the Vaishnava Acharya prayers. One day, this probably 16 years ago, I went to Chicago. 2 nice devotees. One is still a brahmachari, and they were discussing the Acharya's prayers. And the senior devotee is telling this brahmachari, you should read this every day. There is a book called Kalyana Kalpataru. Gopinath Mama Nivedana Sono. So that's actually the Dainyabodhika prayers. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur expresses his pitiable condition, asking for mercy. You know, so we should cultivate that one application everyone should do. What is that one application? Read the Vaishnava Acharya's prayers, and very important is translation. What is very important? Devotees read Bhagavad Gita slokas, but nobody knows the meaning. And what is the use? You'll get some benefit, no doubt, but we should apply the meaning. You know. So that being said, if you go to the temple and if you touch the deity, Brahmin initiate devotees, you know, if you touch the deity, all the impurities, all the sinful reactions, you are cured. If you see the Krishna, you don't see Maharaj. Regularly go to temple. You know, are you Aarti? If you observe Aarti and observe any festival, even if killing of Brahmana, you'll be excused. You know, even a Chandala sees, he is counted as the associate of Vishnu. Even mystic yogis, when they see, they'll be brought to bhakti. What is the example of somebody who saw Vishnu and became devotees?
Four Kumaras.
So 4 Kumaras, they saw Vishnu, and not only they saw Vishnu, what else they saw? They smelt the aroma of tulsi leaf. That is, you know, smelt the aroma of tulsi leaf that was on the lotus feet of Vishnu. They became devotees, started their own Sampradhana. Right? So 43 is a Nama Shravan, Leela Smaran, Leela, sorry, Shravan. It's called Charita Shravan. And Gunadi Shravan. So glorifying Krishna's name. Here, what is hearing about Krishna? Very important. Actually, Prabhupada's name came for initiation. And Saraswati Thakur said, I have noted him. He listens very attentively. What is the sign of progress? One listens with attention. What is the sign of progress? One listens with the attention. Maharaj Parikshit did not eat, sleep, drink water for 7 days. 7 days he didn't drink water, did not even drink water. Because I was actually, you know, when people eat outside food, the contamination enters through the tongue. You know, even if, you know, if it is not properly offered, the devotees are not very quote unquote sincere, serious devotees, you know, or you don't have proper consciousness honoring prasad, contamination enters. You know, so what to speak of metalists? Sarvam Bhattacharya asked, out of Navavedha Bhakti, which one is very important? What are the 9 types of bhakti? Amazing. Who told this verse? Prahlad Maharaj. So, of the 9 ways of Navavedha Bhakti, which one is important? Lord Chaitanya said, Shravanam and Kirtanam. You know? So, first one is Nama Shravan. What happens is when somebody is bitten by a snake, first they will fall down unconscious. Eventually they'll die. So, likewise, a materialist, we are all in, I mean, somebody who is a very gross materialist, they are in a comatose condition, unconscious condition, unconscious to spiritual life. Means eventually they'll die. You know? So, but that type of people, if you chant, if you give them some herbs or some mantra, then they will recover from the effect, from the snake bite, effects of snake bite, and they'll become normal. Likewise, when you chant Hare Krishna mantra, oh yeah, What is material life? Eating, mating, sleeping, and defending. There is nothing else. After some time, it is boring actually. Recently, somebody asked, I'm feeling bored, Do the same thing again and again and again. What is that? Doing the same thing again and again. After some time, it's boring. I'm gonna sponge. Sponge has some water in it. You squeeze it, some juice will come. A little more squeeze. After some time, there won't be any juice. Likewise, body also, you squeeze. After some time, you get bored. So, but still, that lust is there, impurity is there, maya is there. They try to pursue. How many of you agree? Even if sometimes you don't want to eat sweet, but the tongue forces you eat. You're in between, I ate a lot of sweet in the morning. It is not good for health. But tongue says, actually it's mind. No problem, go for it. And you eat with half-heartedness. Anyone has experience? This is more or less true with everything actually. So especially Nama Shravan, Kirtan. So Krishna's name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Intensely. Indra Prabhu says, Indra Prabhu attained perfection actually. American, went to Vrindavan, and he threw his passport in Ganga, I was telling, Yamuna, and he started 24-hour Kirtan. And so Radharani told him, all these days you sang for Krishna, now you come and sing for me. And therefore went back to Godhead. And the process works, sirs and ma'ams. Process works. Actually, by the time as he was ready to leave the world, his voice was done, because of singing for so long. Then he left the world. So that's why one has to work hard for Krishna, to get attention of Krishna. One day Indra was trying to sing on harmonium. Prabhupada was going and Prabhupada looked at him. Jai! That's it. Prabhupada never spoke to him. Just Prabhupada said Jai. He said in appreciative tone. That's it. Jai made Indra Prabhu, a famous devotee. That is Prabhupada. So, second thing is Krishna Leela. Krishna Leela is very nectar. I used to think if you tell stories that others do not know. But one day I heard Prabhupada, Krishna, Prabhupada has a voice actually, You ate that? No, mother. I didn't eat. Balram is complaining. So Prabhupada is that type of pure love. You heard this 100 times. Open your mouth. Prabhupada doesn't explain such a elaborate thing also. But because he's a pure devotee, open your mouth. And Prabhupada adds, every day I give you sandesh, you eat dirt. So every day I give you eat. So, because Prabhupada has that much love for Krishna, any little bit thing he tells, wow. It is so, attractive. So we don't need to tell new pastimes, but focus on purity. Try actually sincerity. As I said many times, Vaisheksh Prabhu says, I don't want to be a great devotee, but I want to be a sincere devotee. So Srimad-Bhagavatam says, if you, hear about Krishna's Leela, Krishna Leela, Charita Sravan, you'll be freed from hunger, thirst, and lamentation. So what is that? Hare Krishna. So Krishna's name is nectar. Like the way nectar gives youthfulness, vitality, and intoxication, simply hearing, Krishna Katha, it will give you vigor, strength actually. It will give you strength. Actually, Indra Prabhu says, Sarvadharman Parityadya. What is that? He says Nama. He doesn't say Mamekam. So he always focuses on whole Nama, not Krishna's name. Namekam. So, listen about Krishna's holy name, listen Krishna Leela, and third one is listen about the qualities of Krishna, characteristics, qualities. That will kill all the inauspiciousness in the heart. What are Krishna's qualities? We are going to cover, because at the end of Nectar of Devotion, all Krishna's qualities will come. We'll see that more there. Expecting Lord mercy. What is expecting Lord mercy? So, tattenu kampam samikshamana. One time people were getting initiated. Isara Sadhana Swami said, everyone chant 10 offenses. So 3-4 devotees, they were chanting so loud to balance everyone's voices. To give an impression everyone knows 10 offenses. So today, nowadays, people, maybe they focus on so much superficiality, I want initiation. Why? Because my Prabhu, another devotee Bhakti already initiated. So I should also get initiated. So not like that. Then do you know 10 offenses? Not really. One has to, so tatten kampam susamikshama bunjana yevatmakatam vipakam hridva uparve namaste jivati mukti pade sadaya. Trouble comes, what should we do? Accept it as mercy. My Lord, what I have done, I should be crushed. But you're giving me only small little difficulty to make me understand the temporary nature of this world. To make me understand how fallen I am. What you are trying to purify me through this. So for what I have done, I should be crushed. But you're giving me a little bit so that I can be purified. So anybody who continues with this mentality, for what I have done, I should be crushed. But you're giving me a little suffering. Thank you. And you continue bhakti as usual. That type of person, for human liberation, is a birthright. Liberation is a birthright. Jivete mukti pade savak. He'll very soon attain a liberation. Right? So, who told this verse? To? When? Yes. This verse was told by Brahmaji. So, similar thing was there. That's why we should take it as a what I have done, I should be crushed, but you're giving me little suffering to purify me, my Lord. Thank you very much. But I'll continue your work there. Vamandev asked Bali Maharaj for 3 steps. Bali Maharaj said, granted. Take it. Vamandev took everything with the 2 steps. What about third step? Bali Maharaj said, my lord, I don't have third step. Everything you have taken it. Vamandev told Varuna, arrest him first of all. With Varuna ropes. She was chained with ropes. Before his wife. That is even worse. Before your family members, it's happening. Before your ministers, it's happening. Brahma felt very bad. My lord, patram pushpam phalantoyam. If you give little water, you are pleased. This person, I told you, is once here only. So you go for a Janmashtami collection. One person says, $1,000 I'll give. Say, okay, one day before Janmashtami will come. That time you get. So you'll go one day before Janmashtami, Prabhu, give money. You'll give 2/3 of that, $666. He said, what about the rest of it? I don't have it. You'll call the police. Arrest him. How do you feel? No, serious. Out of the 3 steps, he already gave 2 steps. What is Vamandev doing? Because you did not fulfill, you should be punished. He was bound, he was chained by Varuna ropes before his wife and ministers. And then Brahma said, my lord, this is too much. Brahma became an advocate for Bali Maharaj. This is too much, my lord. But if somebody gives little water, you're so happy. Somebody gives a tiny fruit, you're happy. But this gentleman has given everything to you. Vamandev said, when my devotee becomes puffed up with pride, I cannot take it. Bali Maharaj is a Mahajan. He's a Mahajan. So I want him to be perfect. So that's why it deserves this. Very interesting. He dealt with different people different ways. His great-grandfather, he killed him. Yes or no? But when it came to Bali Maharaj, devotee, but he is dealing with his devotees, defeated them. And Indra's mother is coming and telling, no, he took everything, please help. And then it's a very tricky situation. When 2 devotees quarrel, Krishna says, Krishna withdraw. You settle down, then I'll come back. So, what is that? What is that? Then Vamandev said, then my devotee is puffed up with false pride, I cannot. But he tried to fulfill, he surrendered. Bali Maharaj said, no problem, my lord. I'm fully at your feet, whatever you say. Third step here, I'm fully surrendered. That's when he became Mahajan. He was okay with it. It was okay with him, whatever he was doing it. Then said, good, very good, fantastic. He was eternity, rest of eternity is famous as Bali Maharaj. And all the Mahajans, he was pushed to the Patala. And who is the gatekeeper? Krishna is Vamandev is the gatekeeper. And who is the next Indra? Bali Maharaj. Everything he got it. That's why anything Krishna does to us is great, wonderful. Sometimes it is better, of course, because we don't have that type of faith. So, so repeatedly offer prayers in mind while undergoing sinful reactions. That is the right attitude. So Saturday evening, everything is peaceful, calm, cool. These verses are very easily digestible. But when Krishna puts you through to a test, not that much easy. One needs to have this type of right mentality. One day, if you want, I'll tell the name also. Gondro came to America, this is like 15, 16 years ago. Got a phone call from India. Prabhuji, yes, my second daughter was detected with cancer. She was only 6 years. Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, please pray, Prabhuji. Such a small child, why she had to go through. Anyway, he said, material world means the Kalam Sashvatam. How is your preaching going on? Wow. Amazing, right? So because of the training, Dokkalema Sashvatam. But anyway, how is your preaching going on? First time you went to America. So that is a devotee. Devotees also get troubles. Non-devotees means, ooh, God is not there. As though God is there, they felt before. Why God is doing this to me? What is it you have done to God, first of all? You keep everything, whatever He has given. Once in a while, you give $50 donation, you think you are a pure devotee. No. Actually, a person who has this right attitude, Jivetiya Mukti Pade Sadaya Bhakti. A person who has this attitude, for him, liberation is his birthright. Like, you're a son of a rich man, what you have to do? Remain obedient and age out. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, that's it. You'll get your father's inheritance. Actually, liberation is his inheritance, not birthright. Inheritance means, right? You don't need to do anything. You stay with your father and be just slowly pass the years. One day you'll become 21, America 18 only, I think. Once you get 18, you'll get all the money. You'll inherit all the your father's assets. Likewise, that type of person, people who have that type of mentality, for them liberation is inheritance. To think of Krishna, the next one is remembrance. Remember Krishna. Who is known for Smaranam? Prahlad Maharaj. Kirtanam? Smaranam? Shravanam? Parikshit, yes. So, Archanam? Prithu Maharaj. So, though Prahlad was exposed to so many troubles, Prahlad always remembered Krishna. If you remember Krishna, Krishna's lotus feet actually, you'll be purified of all the sinful reactions. And second thing is, you're eligible for all kinds of auspiciousness. You're eligible for all kinds of auspiciousness. So, Smaranam, actually very nice story here. Remembrance is Smaranam. 46 is Dhyanam. Dhyanam means Rupa Dhyanam. Guna Dhyanam. Krida Dhyanam. Seva Dhyanam. Anything you remember about Krishna is great. Nama Rupa Guna Leela. Very good. First is Sravana Dasa. Where is this? Second thing is Varana Dasa. Third thing is Smaranavastha. Fourth thing is Anusmriti. Fifth one is Samadhi. Where is this? Nectar of Instructions. You keep on hearing, then what happens? Shravana Dasa will translate to Varana Dasa. You believe them. Spiritual world is there. Spiritual world is there. Krishna is there. Krishna is looking at me. This is all Krishna's energy. So Shravanam will take you to Varana. Varana Dasa means it'll become your second nature. You'll believe it. So, like, for example, you're in India, your brother wants to go to Australia, he'll meditate in Australia. You want to go to America, he'll meditate in America. I'll go to New York. But you know where New York is. But you'll meditate on that. Up to that, you don't. Yes or no? Those people who write GRE, okay, then I'll go to America. Then they'll start meditating. Up to that, they don't. So in Bhagavad Gita, it is said, fish bring up their children by glancing. Tortoise or turtle meditate on the offspring by meditation, dhyana. Birds like chicken, they hatch their eggs by touch. So likewise, a devotee, by dhyan meditation, they will attain Krishna. There is a verse actually. Understanding or not? Just meditating. So one day Prabhupada was very grave for 3 days. Everyone thought Prabhupada was very sick. Prabhupada was very grave, like this. Prabhupada, you're sick or what? No, I'm not sick. Prabhupada, you're not speaking at all. Prabhupada said, I'm meditating. What are you meditating, Prabhupada? Meditating, what is there in the Krishna's lunchbox? Wow, that's great. What is there in Krishna's lunchbox? Wow. So, so what is that? Easiest thing with Krishna is Rupam. Krishna is very beautiful actually. If you Krishna comes into your heart for 1 second, what is that? Barapida Natavarvapu Karnayo Karnikaram Vibhrutva Sakanakapisam Vaijayanti Chamalam. Svabhadranam Pravishyata Gita Kriti. So this is actually Rupa Dhyanam. Karnayo Karnikaram. Krishna was decorated with the Karnikara flowers. That picture is there actually. Putting all the cows in the front. So Krishna goes in the picture. So he's standing in the front of the cows, playing on the flute with Vaijayanti Mala garland, yellow garment. Krishna is bluish black. So what matches with this dress is yellow. So in other words, people who are little low, dark in complexion, yellow matches them actually. Radharani, blue, because she's yellow in complexion, right? So of course, Krishna wears also pitambaram because of the color of Radharani, yellow garment. So, so what is that? This is Rupa Dhyanam, Rupam. Krishna's feet, waist, the feet, so lotus feet, then the knees, the waist, the chest, the flute, the lips, the nose, and the face, eyes, eyebrows. If you meditate on eyebrows, we become cured of lust. And Krishna's qualities, Dhira Datta, Dhira Lalita, Dhira Prashanta, all the qualities, magnanimity, mercy, all these things we meditate. Wow. Krishna's activities, Krishna's activities, actually, there is Ashtakali Lila, that's very high for us, but Krishna's activities, we can meditate on Krishna's activities. And the last one is Krishna's service, Seva Dhyanam. This wonderful story is there. In the Pratishthanapuram, when Brahmana was there, this Brahmana was very poor, but he was very satisfied internally. Actually, satisfaction is the austerity of the mind. Even if you have the whole world in your pocket, you want something else. That is Rajogun. That person can never be happy. You come to America, you're happy with $5,000 second-hand car. Because all your friends are standing in the parking lot in the cold, but you're going in a car. So you have just a second-hand car, maybe $3,000. But eventually, after so many years, you have a big car, you have home, everything. But if you have this drive, you can never be happy. Always what next, what next, what next. What is the austerity of the mind? Satisfaction. Manaprasada samyatvam. So one has to be satisfied. I'm happy with that. If not, even if you have 20 homes, and that Prabhu purchased BMW, wow! That is Rajagun. Even if you have everything, Rajagun mentality is you can never be happy. Yes or no? Kali Yuga means Rajagun only. Kali Yuga means Rajagun only. So this Brahmana was very satisfied. Then what happened? So, but he did not have anything to offer. One day somebody said he was very good at hearing. He went and attended a lecture. There they said, even if you offer these things in meditation, it is as good as offering Krishna. Oh, really? Fantastic. Every day he would go to Godavari, he would take bath and sit down on the shore of the bank of Godavari, and you can do anything in the mind, right? He would close his eyes, he would bring all the pots, golden pots only in the mind. He would put all the rice, he'll wash best basmati rice, he'll cook everything, So rasagullas, gulab jamuns, rabdi, sandesh, So he would cook everything and would offer. Then what? Puris, kachoris, what is it? Parotas. What is the problem? Just meditate. But what he did before that, using mechanically meditated process, he controlled his mind. And he would bring the Lord in his mind. And he would offer all these things. He would offer all these things in the mind. And he would then, after cooking all these things, he would bring Krishna in the mind and offer a big seat. He would make Krishna sit down, then a golden plate, golden bowls, chappan bhog, put everything. My Lord, please take this, take this, take this. And once after this, and then he would give tambula to the Krishna, and he would wash his hands, he would offer it to Radharani, everything he would do it. One day, he cooked sweet rice. When he cooked sweet rice should not be offered hot. It should be offered cold. So what he did, so he wanted to make sure, he got a feeling that the sweet rice was very hot. But he wanted to offer it cold. But it's getting late. So he put his finger in the sweet rice just to make sure, just to see how hot it was. His finger was burnt. It was happening in the meditation only. He opened his eyes. So really, how is it burnt? Then in Vaikuntha, Narayan started smiling. When Narayan started smiling, Lakshmi asked him, my Lord, what happened? Why are you smiling? He didn't answer, but he said, bring that guy back. Immediately one Pushpagaman came and picked him up and brought him before him. So, what is that? So, this is a Seva Dhyanam. Actually, Gaudiya Vaishnavas people are kings in this. How many stories you want? Narottam Das Thakur one day, Radharani came in his dream and told him, I'll give you a service if you do it nicely. You'll make a lot of progress. You'll satisfy me. Yes, mother. What can I do? She boiled the milk. So boil the milk means not buy the best cow milk. In the mind, he would put the milk. How would you use it? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Then in the while chanting only, you would put the milk. You would say, not like no stoves those days, right? You have only, put 3 rocks, put a container, and pour the milk in that, keep on stirring, and put the cow dung cakes, start fire, and keep on stirring, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Suddenly milk started overflowing. If it is a burner, you turn it like this, right? But it is not a burner. You want to remove cow dung cakes, they're also burning. So what he would do, rather than said milk should not overflow, he would put his hands like this. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. He would push it down. It's a meditation. The Seva Dhyanam is so intense. When he would come out of the meditation, he would see his hands burnt, literally blisters. People would ask, hey, what happened? What happened? What can he tell? Jiva Goswami understood. This Prabhu is a Siddha. Loknath Goswami understood, my disciple is a Siddha devotee. My disciple is a Siddha devotee. Same with Raghunath Das Goswami also. Raghunath Das Goswami, what is that? One day Raghunath Das Goswami complained stomach pain. Sanatana Goswami sent a doctor. Raghunath Das Goswami would drink a few spoonfuls of buttermilk once a week. To make sure, even someone do eat every week. So there is no lie, right? But what does he eat? This much of buttermilk. half cup or 1/4 cup. So when he sent the doctor tested him and said, this Babaji ate a lot of sweet rice. Everyone laughed. Babaji doesn't eat sweet rice, doesn't eat anything. He said, my guess is, my diagnosis is never wrong. He has eaten a lot of sweet rice. That's why he's getting stomachache. He left. This is not you and me, Ravinath Das Goswami. You're fasting, yeah. When nobody watches, how was your fasting? Very well. So that is not Raghunath Das Goswami. What happened? Raghunath Das Goswami, that day in his mind, he cooked sweet rice and offered to Radha and Krishna. And Radharani gave him prasad, sweet rice, and he ate. This is all in the mind only, dhyanam only. And it became so real, his stomach was upset. Exactly. His stomach was full. Haribol. Amazing, right? The power of Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So, one more is there, right? So one day, Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur and the local Rajavasis had a problem. There were conclusions of Siddhanta conclusions, they had a problem. Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur said, no, this is like this. I'm not telling what it is. And they said, no. Finally, they understood. This guy is actually ruining the reputation of Raj. He should not live. We should kill him. I told this many times. So, somebody said, Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur comes every day in the morning to Kusum Sarovar to chant his rounds. If we kill him that time, nobody would know. Fantastic. They all went to Kusum Sarovar area, hiding behind the bushes at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, waiting for Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur to come. 3 o'clock over, he said, anytime he'll come, ready. They were all holding sticks. 3 o'clock over, he didn't come. 4 o'clock over, he didn't come. But what happened? 4 young girls came. No, this is Vrindavan. When a village means, if you're a newcomer, they will go here looking, but they are not behaving like newcomers. They came and they were plucking the flower just like that, very early morning, like 4 o'clock. They are looking so beautiful, so young. They were talking today, Radha and Krishna, they'll meet here. So, okay, these were these girls, we never saw them, And why that guy didn't come? Why Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur did not come? But finally, it almost became morning. He didn't come. Maybe he came to know we made a plot like this. But suddenly, what happened? Out of 5 girls, 4 girls disappeared. But 1 girl remained. But the remaining girl transformed into Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur and started chanting, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. What happened? Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur came. But he came, he was chanting. While chanting, he connected himself with his Swarupa. And he connected with his Seva. What was Seva? Plucking flowers for Radharani, Radha and Krishna. So his meditation was so intense, it manifested before other eyes also. It was not only for him, for others also. So he was dealing with his seva in his Swarupa Deha, Siddha Swarup Deha. And they understood, he's a Siddha. Everyone fell at his feet and said, no, please. We want to kill you and we go to hell eternally. Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur initiated everyone except them as disciples. And he told them how he's right. So this is all dhyanam, meditation, dhyan. So we'll end it here. And any question or comment, otherwise we'll end it here. So next week we'll start chapter 11. Aspects of transcendental service. Any question or comment, otherwise we'll end it. Anyone has any question or comment in the morning?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, can I ask a small question?
Yes, Amma.
Is there one or two particular prayers from Srimad-Bhagavatam that you recommend?
For anybody, Kunti's prayers, they're amazing. Kunti's prayers are amazing. You know, okay.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
So begin with Kunti prayers. Amma, there are so many prayers. Lord Shiva's prayers are there. Kunti prayers are there. Prahlad prayers are there. Prahlad prayers are amazing. Nagapatni prayers are there. And 11th canto, Avant Brahmana prayers are there. Avant Brahmana prayers, all the sannyasinas can recite every day. One prayer. Because it was determined. You know, begin with the Kunti prayers. Okay?
Yes, Prabhuji. After this class, do you have 5 minutes? I just wanted to call you about one service.
Okay, if it's only 5 minutes, no problem, because I have one more class at 5 o'clock.
Okay, Prabhuji.
But yeah, just call me after 10 minutes. Any other question or comment? We'll end it here actually. Thank you. Hare Krishna Prabhupada ki jai. Grandaraj, Nectar of Devotion ki jai.
Jai.